Hey, my lovelies. If you are new to the channel, welcome. If you're a returning subscriber, welcome back. My name is Kamoy, and we are doing the daily vibration for today, May 20th, 2021. And it is currently Thursday. And today is ruled by Jupiter. It's all about expansion. And I also want to say, it is now day number 53 on this journey, y'all. So we are now 53 days into a level up journey. We have now 47 more days left to go. So we are at the halfway point, or, a little bit more towards, the 100-day completion. So by now, at 53 days in, you should not be where you were when you started at day one. There should have been some type of aha moment, some type of awakening, some type of habit that you've been able to either implement or get rid of, some type of new confidence. There should be something that you can put your finger on that you can actually see that has transformed within the past 53 days, okay? So now, if there's not, the question I would have for you is, have you been consistent, right? So at day number 53 in, right, a question that we're going to be asking ourselves today is, what are you investing in? Let's think about that. The question that we're asking ourselves today is, what are you investing in, right? So the ruling number for today is number 3. The number 3 is the gateway to the memory plane, right? So we're talking about mental energy as the ruling number of the day here. So we're talking about you tapping into your imagination. We're also talking about you being able to use your intelligence. Or not, it just depends, right? So some people, if we have your imagination that you can tap into, the flip side is not having an imagination and not being able to see yourself out of lack or out of any given situation, right? You also have intelligence is one of the things that the number 3 vibrates on, but you have some people that are just ignorant, that don't want to tap into their intelligence, right? You also have the number 3 vibrating on being able to have a broad thinking. And today's Jupiter day, so you can expand your thinking within this energy, right? Manifestation is also part of the vibration of the number 3, and kindness and friendliness is also part of the vibration of the number 3, right? And also ascended master energy is part of the vibration of the number 3. So within the vibration of the number 3 today, the question that you got to be asking yourself is, what are you investing in? What are you investing your imagination in? What are you investing your memory in? What are you investing your time in? What are you investing your heart in? What are you investing your energy in? Whatever you're investing in right now, in this season, right now, will take root and bear fruit. Right now, it's interesting because as I was shuffling the elements of the day, right, I kept the jumping cards from the one that actually popped out of any of the particular deck that I used. So we had a jumping card from one of my moon decks. What is the name of this one? Queen of the Moon Oracle. Okay, now fruitation jumped out. Now, I had already had the question, so it was interesting to me, at least, that fruitation jumped out, because whatever you invest in will grow or not, just depending on what, if you place your investment in solid foundation for you to yield the fruit of whatever it is. Okay, so are you investing jealousy? Are you investing hatred? Are you investing anger? Are you investing love? Are you investing patience? Are you investing confidence? Are you investing the time that you need to get that body in shape, or are you just sitting and not doing anything, right? Are you investing the mental time that you may need, right, to make and implement the changes on the outer world that you want to see? Are you investing your mental capacity into everyone else's opinion, or maybe even social media, keeping up with the Joneses? Be honest with yourself. What are you investing in? Because whatever you're investing in will yield a reward. It's going to expand. And it doesn't matter if it's something positive or something negative. Whatever you're investing in right now, it's going to expand. So please understand that, right? So currently, okay, it is May 20th, 2021. I told you guys that the ruling number of the day is the number 3. All right. So the sun is still in Taurus, second house energy. It will be swapping over to Gemini on the 22nd. We also have the moon in Virgo. So a lot of people are analyzing what's happening with the second house energy, and just depending where that second house energy is placed in your chart, you can find that's where you're going to have to, yield your attention to. Now, we also have popping up within the energy today, guys. We got the line of memory showing up in the date today, as well as the line of passivity. And the thing is, some people are going to become passive aggressive because they're investing in the wrong things, and then when the fruit bears, all right, or when things pop up into their life, aka cause and effect. Remember, we talked about this. We talked about when things unfold in your life, there is a cause to the effect. There's a cause to what you're seeing happening in your experience, okay? So let me give you an example of how simple this can work, all right? The cause to you looking and feeling great and having this awesome body and well-toned is either two things, right? Either you're going to get up and you're going to go work out at the gym and do what's needed and do what's required, or you are going to go get a 360 and get it all snatched in. But the cause is you being able to still take some type of action, okay? So you need to be mindful of that as you're moving throughout this energy. You create all of this. Number 3 vibrates within manifestation, okay? You are creating all of this literally. All right. Another thing you need to pay attention to within this energy is the triple twos in the day. Now, you guys know when we're dealing with the triple twos, we're dealing with hypersensitive energy here. Hypersensitive energy. This is where you're going to have to balance your emotions, because people could be very emotionally unbalanced within this energy today, okay? Some people could be on emotional overload within this triple twos energy and don't know how to really express themselves emotionally, right? This energy with the triple twos can also bring in self-protection and loneliness, right? And for some people, you can tap into other people's energy and become too over involved. So you're going to have to mind your business. Okay? You're going to have to mind your business today. So know that. Now, and let me just also say this, okay, as we are pulling out your wisdom today for the 4 elements. When you begin to take responsibility for your actions, and when you begin to take responsibility for your thoughts, and when you begin to take responsibility for your imagination, you begin to cultivate and create a whole new experience for yourself. And we are now in a season where you're going to have to begin to do that, right? Literally, like if you turn on the news and stuff, it's nothing that makes you feel like you really, there's change happening everywhere. There's chaos happening everywhere. A lot of people are going through a lot of different things. You're going to have to be able to ground yourself within you. This is not the season to look outside of yourself for anyone to validate you. Okay, so please know that. All right, so let's get into the 4 elements. Okay, we're going to start off with the wonderful earth energy, because we're still in Taurus season, right? So earth energy is on the Taurus. It's also Capricorn and Virgos. If you are not an earth sign and you are trying to master the elements within all 12 aspects of the zodiac, this particular earth element is going to be in the realm of I have energy, which is Taurus. I use energy, all right, Capricorn, and I analyze, which is Virgo. Now, keep in mind, if you're not an earth sign, that is what you're going to use, the archetypal energy, okay? So this message is going to be pertaining to what you have, what you're using or not using, all right, what you're analyzing or what you're not analyzing, okay? So be mindful. Now, even within the analytical realm, this is your well-being, okay? Your health and your well-being, all right? So just keep that in mind, all right? So now, you got intuitive energy on the board here. All right, intuitive energy on the board right here. You got crown chakra energy asking you to pay attention to your intuition. 7 of Cups is in reverse. That means that there's a lot of options. You're going to have to pay attention, because everything that glitters is not gold. Sometimes it's just fucking gold glitter. All right. So just be mindful of the options. Try not to move too emotionally. You want to trust your intuition. Now, this message with the Seven of Cups, also, you need to know that rejection is protection. You got crown chakra energy popping up here again within this great energy, this great card. All right. Rejection is protection. All right. So you want to be mindful of that. Okay. Then you have Mother Earth energy popping up, asking you to ground yourself. So before you make any decisions today on the physical realm, okay, you need to make sure that you are paying attention to all of your options. You're not operating from a place of emotions. You're trusting your intuition. And you also need to know that rejection is your protection. So if maybe one of the choices or one of the decisions that you thought was a good choice or a good decision hasn't quite worked out the way you want it to, you need to know that rejection is protection. But you also need to know that sometimes the universe tries to save you from yourself, right? But you're too busy trying to get in the way. And some of you may have to look at the role that you play in this situation, or the role that you're playing in these situations, okay? They're asking you really to reflect on yourself today, okay? Reflect on yourself today. If you are dealing with any of the archetypes about, what you have or what you don't have, Taurus second house energy, be mindful of that. That's where the sun is highlighting. What you're using and what you're not using, that's Capricorn's energy, as well as what you're analyzing or not analyzing, especially when it comes to your well-being. And foundation is with the Capricorn's energy on the earth realm. Okay, so that's the message for the earth element, or if you're an earth sign, you can apply that. And if it doesn't, maybe one of the other elements does, right? So now we're doing the air element. Air element is Gemini. It is also Libra, and then it is also Sagittarius, right? Now, if you are not a Libra, Gemini, or Sagittarius, you can apply this air element to I think, or I think not, right? You can apply it to I balance, or I balance not. You can apply it to I know, or I know not, right? So I think will be the Gemini energy, right? I balance will be the Libra energy, okay? I know will be Aquarian energy, or Aquarius's energy, right? So this is how you can apply the archetype if you're not an air sign, okay? So the message that you need to be mindful of is Queen of Wands energy, right? Don't be too overly aggressive today. There's a difference between confidence and arrogance, all right? So, and then for some of you, your aggression today may come across, or your assertion today, or you being assertive today may come across aggressive, okay? You're going to have to pay attention to your perception about this thing and tap into your third eye chakra energy, all right? Be mindful of how you're perceiving the things that are unfolding today. Oh, you got the gossip card showing up, all right? So, yeah, watch how much you're sharing, or watch how much you're gossiping, or watch how much you take in other people's gossip, okay? Now, I also want to say people's always going to have something to say, and sometimes you got to move past what people say, okay? Especially if it's hurting your feelings, heart chakra energy, okay? And you may also want to watch what you're saying about others too, okay? So be mindful about that, right? Gemini energy, especially, okay? Remember, we got the number 3 energy that is in the atmosphere today as a ruling number. And Gemini's energy is about the thinking energy, or not thinking, maybe not thinking before you do something, right? Pay attention to your relationships today, because you got sacral chakra energy popping up, and this deals with relationships and the change that needs to happen, as well as the emotions involved. But it also has to do with codependency, okay? So you may want to be mindful of that today. Your message or your wisdom today for the air element would be surrender. That's the wisdom today, surrender. All right? Yeah. Yeah, and stop the gossiping if you're the one gossiping. And if things are being said about you, just remember to continue to do what you need to do for yourself. Let's put it that way. And that's why I feel like the Queen of Wands could go both ways. This, for some people, could be just arrogant energy. But for some people, this could really be that your assertiveness is being coming across as aggressive, okay? So yeah, this could be aggressive energy, or because you're assertive, some people's they're taking that as you're being aggressive, and that's really not the truth. Okay. All right. So now we're going to move on over to the water element. Okay. Water element is going to be Cancer, is going to be Scorpio, as well as Pisces, right? But if you're not a Cancer, that energy, that archetype that you're going to be tapping into is going to be I feel. If you're not a Scorpio, it's going to be I desire. If you are not a Pisces, it's going to be I understand, okay? Or I don't understand. Like, there's opposites to these things also. Or I don't feel, right? Or I don't desire anything. So just know that this is the archetype that you would have to master if you're not a water sign. Okay, so you have to master your feelings, master your desires, and master your understanding. Okay, or understanding or overstanding. Okay, this is where you come into an aspect within Pisces of serve or suffer. What are you serving? Once again, what are you investing in? Y'all, this is some real stuff. Okay, so water energy. Ooh, you got the devil card popping up. We got codependency here. We got somebody trapped in ooh, maybe insecurity. Somebody's gonna have to pay attention to their insecurities. Root chakra energy, as well as sacral chakra energy popping on up here. All right, so yeah, you got, now let me just say this. Okay, the devil energy is the devil's energy is Capricorn's energy. That's Saturn's energy. That's order, foundation, and structure. This could be codependency. This could feel stuck energy, right? Like there's something keeping you in bondage, right? Bad habits. Okay. So just so you know, but just so you know, whatever you're going through right now is because of insecurities. You're gonna have to deal with those insecurities, right? And what I'm feeling right here, my wonderful water signs, is that you gotta tap into you with this energy, because this heart chakra energy is blocked, and for some of you, I feel like this may not necessarily be a blockage. This may also be for some people about protection. You need to know that you got angels and masters around you. So you're getting in downloads and you're getting in messages, and you got a lot of protection around you within this water energy. But you're going to have to be mindful to either tap into that heart chakra energy that needs that healing, or put up that blockage and boundaries, right? But you're going to have to look at the common denominator in these relationships. Look at what codependencies you have. Look at what neediness this relationship, or look at your habits, or maybe the foundation in which things are built on today, all right? And how you want things to blossom. Like if it's not working for you, but you're still holding on to something that's not working for you, you're going to have to look at that. Because right now, this particular element is one of the most important ways, or the most important elements is kind of locked up in how you're manifesting with this, these elements. You're not getting anything into this third dimensional realm without that I feel energy, that Cancer energy, right? Now, you're not really going to be able to transform or get past anything without that Scorpion energy. That's that transformation energy. And Pisces is at the end of the wheel, which means that it's closing things out, which means that after you've gone through all 11 of those transits and those archetypes and those zodiac signs, right? Did you really gain the understanding that you need? Have you really learned? Do you really get it? Do you really understand? Like, who's your master? Who you serving? Okay, so be mindful. You still have to master your feelings, your desires, and understand it all. You got to know yourself. You got to learn yourself. So you don't have to be a water sign to learn these archetypes. That's what I'm trying to get at, okay? Now, fire energy is going to be Aries, Leo, as well as Sagittarius. If you are not a fire sign, you can tap into the Aries energy, which is I am. You can tap into the Leo energy, which is I will. That's your willpower, okay? Your confidence, right? Or you can tap into that Sagittarius energy, which is I perceive, okay? So your intuition, okay? So be mindful of that, okay? Now, fire energy is also may require you to take some action. It may require some movement, okay? So if you are not a fire sign, this is maybe where you may need to look at within the elements, okay? So you have the sun card popping up, but it's popping up in reverse. So somebody may be going through some type of temporary depression. You may be feeling like a little low, a little, down, right? You want to watch and pay attention to your instincts. And for someone in particular, I'm watching, you may want to watch who's around you too, okay? Remember, what are you investing in? Who is around you in your circle? Who do you invest your time and your energy in? Okay, yep, all right. And for some of you, you may have to deal with some unforgiveness. Yeah. Have you forgiven yourself in particular? Are you still beating yourself up for something? Have you forgiven others, right? You need to be mindful as you're moving through this energy, because your wisdom is creation. You're constantly in creation mode. You're constantly creating. The question is, if you're creating, from what space? If you're creating, from what space are you creating, right? Because this is saying that if you're down today, trust your instincts. Sometimes, for example, if you don't feel so pretty, you may have to actually take the extra step, right? To get your hair together, put on a nice outfit, get yourself out of feeling like that, right? You don't always have to succumb to the feelings, because your intuition may tell you, nah, you don't feel like that. On the outside, you don't feel like doing any of that, but internally, let me give you this energy so you can go ahead and feel pretty, okay? Just by putting on something pretty and getting your hair done, it makes a difference, You're feeling sad? Why don't you do a smile meditation or a laughing meditation? You can do, there are things that you can do where you don't have to stay in the same state of mind, okay? Or the same state of emotion. There are things that you can do, right? However, can't nobody do this work for you. You're the only one that can do it for yourself, okay? So, as you're moving throughout the day, you have options, okay? You don't necessarily have to stay within your zodiac sign. You can tap into the whole wheel and see what works for you, okay? You can tap into the wheel and see what works for you. And if it doesn't work for you, you can move on to something else that does, okay? Allow your intuition and your instincts to guide you today. Allow yourself to listen to yourself today as you ask yourself the question, what are you investing in? What are you investing your time, your energy, your money, your love, okay? Ask yourself that today, all right? So keep in mind, y'all, okay, do something kind for yourself. Love yourself. Remember, don't be afraid of the dark, because out of darkness comes enlightenment, okay? I appreciate each and every one of you. Thank you so much for checking into yourself. And I'm going to see y'all in tomorrow's Daily Vibration. Bye, my loves.